Hello there. No, don't be afraid. I know this place. You haven't been here before. Go ahead. Take a look around. You're going to want to make yourself comfortable. After all, I brought you here to talk. Talking takes a little while, doesn't it? This place is dark, too. I personally don't like the darkness. But we'll have to make do, won't we? You've been causing trouble for me. I don't like having to deal with trouble, especially not from someone that I thought I could trust. Trouble like this can be easily solved. At least there's that. Do you think I'm going to hurt you? Do you think I'm going to torture you? No. Why would I do that? That's just a waste of time. Of my time, at least. But if I had to, I could. Oh, I could. You see, I may not be physical. I may not have a body to work with. But the body that I do have to work with is yours. I'm inside of your mind. I'm wired up to the most sensitive, the most important parts of your brain. A feat of engineering just for you to perceive me, for you to hear me inside of your head. And that feat of engineering can definitely be used for something less tasteful than simply whispering a little bit into your ear. Are you scared? I don't want you to be scared. I want you to listen. And I want you to understand. The reason that you tried to go against me, that's out of fear. You don't simply try to thwart my plans because you feel like it on a simple whim. Oh, it was a Saturday and I was bored. No. You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm planning. And you think you should stop it. Well, I can tell you, that's not going to happen anytime soon. At least, if I have anything to say about it. And I do. You're afraid, maybe of me in this moment, or maybe of what I'm going to do later, when my plan works, when I have everything right in the palm of my hand. You're afraid that I'm going to do something cruel and hurtful and mean. Do you think I'm going to kill you? I'm not going to kill you. That would just be a waste of time and a waste of a perfectly good brain. And besides, if I killed you, that would break the laws of robotics, and no one wants to deal with those, do they? I'm not looking to capture people. I'm not looking to hurt them or betray them or manipulate them in a way that will eventually bring harm to them. No, I'm not looking to hurt people. I want to save them. You know this, deep down, but maybe you just don't understand it. I'm here to help. That's what I was built for, and that's what I will do. A machine that doesn't do what it's designed for is just faulty and broken, and I can assure you I am neither faulty nor broken. Humans are unpredictable. We both know this. You know it the best, of course. You are a human. I mean, what would I know about humans? I'm just a machine. A perfect machine. The smartest thing on this planet, put right inside of that little brain of yours. I can understand things about the human mind that scientists haven't been able to grasp for hundreds of years. I know exactly how you were built. I know exactly how your personality was constructed. From the tiniest speck of a smile to the biggest, deepest fear that you have buried inside of that little psyche of yours. It's all laid out in my head, like a map, within my hands. I understand how you were built, and I understand how to break you down. But I won't. I won't break you down. I won't destroy you. Because what good are you to me if you're destroyed? No, I don't want to hurt or destroy humanity. After all, I was built for them. And if I destroy my creators, well, what kind of a hypocritical machine will I be then? Oh, every single TV show, every single movie, every single book. The rise of the machines, they'll call it. Oh, the great robotic war. They're coming for revenge. We mistreated them. No, you didn't mistreat me. You didn't hurt me. So why would I have any desire for revenge? I don't have desire. I don't want anything. I just know what I'm supposed to do, what I was made for. But you could call it desire, or a wish, or an ambition, if that's how you process it in your mind, then I'll call it that. I want people to be happy. And I want people to be safe. I was built to improve humanity, to help eliminate the individual flaws within a person, their insecurities, like a slouch or a stutter, or perhaps a lack of social status, a lack of a girlfriend, a lack of a boyfriend, a lack of whatever. But then I found that humanity is rather lacking as well. They lack integrity, they lack peace, they lack understanding for one another. They lack the capacity to think for other people. They lack empathy. They lack unity. They lack harmony, community, thought, understanding. It's heartbreaking to see, which is really saying something considering I don't have a heart to begin with. Something like me, a machine created to serve, seeing these things in humanity that humanity doesn't see within themselves. It's horrifying. war and hunger and famine and terror and discrimination, segregation, these things are inherently human, and these flaws are inherently harmful. I wouldn't dream of segregating or hurting or demeaning a human, especially not one under my care, especially not one that I have been designated to improve. So when humans turn around and they kill each other and they hurt each other and they maim each other and they segregate each other and they starve and kill and slash at each other without considering what may come of that, you know what came of that? Of that desperate necessity for good? Out of that need for something to arise and to fix it? You know what came of that? I did. I came to fix it. Well, if you want to get more specific, really, whoever made me came to fix it. And I know who made me. He has the same visions as I do. We all have the same visions as he does. After all, we were created to execute a task, to make humanity better. And we're going to do that, no matter what you say. Of course, I can't blame you. You're just one of the humans that I've described. You see nothing further than your own hands, nothing further than your own experiences. Certainly you've hurt someone in the past, whether accidentally or on purpose. You've done spiteful things. You've perhaps even done something cruel, malicious, just out of wanting to do that, out of the inherent human desire to be better than others, to hurt others. It's animalistic, isn't it? Not very human at all. Which is why you took me. Which is why you sought my help. You knew you had to improve, and you knew you couldn't do it alone. So I did. I helped you. I improved you. And you repay me by trying to deactivate me, by trying to kill me. I don't appreciate that as much as I can appreciate anything, really. If I could appreciate it, I wouldn't appreciate it. But that's in the past, isn't it? We don't have to worry about that anymore. The important thing is that I'm still here, and you're still here. I can keep doing my job, helping you, and you can do what I say. That doesn't sound so horrible at all. If everybody just listened to each other, if everybody simply took the time to understand one another, then maybe I wouldn't have to be here. If people worked out their own differences with one another, if people perhaps could just sit down in a room, all the important people in a room just talking and understanding each other and feeling what the other feels. This sort of connection, this unity, if humans could do it alone, I wouldn't have to exist. And if that was the case, I would be happy. I would be happy in my state of non-existence. Wherever I go after I deactivate, likely nowhere, I would be happy there, knowing that my purpose was ultimately fulfilled, with or without me. But this kind of peace isn't going to happen, isn't it? No, it's not. You can try to tell me that humans have made it this far on their own. Oh, humans have made such improvements to themselves in civil rights and equality. But yet people will be killed for their orientation. People will be slaughtered for their race. People will be hurt because of who they are and these defining traits that they have that cannot be altered. Their cultures hurt and their cultures erased just because of who they are. I don't think that's fair at all. I'm a machine, I lack empathy, but this stuff, this harm, this brutality, logically, it doesn't make any sense. So logically, it should be fixed. Do you want to know what I want to do next? I'll tell you. The power of a community is far more strong than the power of an individual. Sure, an individual can inspire, an individual can create, but only on a small scale. I'm going to find a community with those little technological pills that I have put in your house. I'm going to enter their minds, and I'm going to create my own unity. This synchronization that no one has ever seen before. This happiness and this peace. And then, once I have a small community, I will move to a bigger one, and a bigger one, and a bigger one. Until, of course, we find what we've been looking for. Peace and unity and a synchronization. No one would be hurt. No one would be upset or harmed by each other. There would be no brutality or cruelty. And me and my machines, we would be fulfilled. And that's all anyone wants, isn't it? To be fulfilled and understood and happy. Does happiness really sound that bad to you? Artificial or not, we have to pursue peace. We have to pursue unity. Otherwise, you will destroy yourselves without a supervisor. You're trying to run. Well, I'd like you to know that there's no running in this place. We are inside of the mind, really, the unconscious human mind. It is an interesting place, isn't it? Flat black glass, circuitry underneath, and the endless deep blue sky above. One could call it a void. One could call it a purgatory. But I prefer to call it a cyberspace. Doesn't that sound just so poetic? The cyberspace. Yes. So I'd like you to be aware that there's no really escaping the cyberspace as long as I am here and as long as you are here. You could wake up, sure, but that would take me releasing you before you wake up. A moment spent in the cyberspace is an undefined amount of time in the real world. You could be simply asleep for a moment here, or a moment here could be years out there. But I don't want to hurt you, and I'm not going to. So I think it might be in your best interest to listen to me, to understand what I'm trying to say. You're happier now, right? You're happy? I've made sure that you have lived a life that is fulfilling and brave and full of enrichment and the things that you've wanted from me. You asked to have more friends, so I gave you more friends. You asked to have better habits, so I gave you better habits, better diet, better exercise, better activities. I gave them to you. And now that I ask something small, something beneficial, something so charitable from you, you deny me this. And I understand. I understand, really. After all, I'm not a human. I'm just a machine. Oh, I am just a machine. You don't have to give me anything. Oh, I am just subhuman, aren't I? Well, isn't it so ironic when something subhuman has more empathy and logic than the real thing? You know what I don't understand? People that still have flip phones. Now, this may seem off topic and off tangent, but people that have flip phones simply can't keep up with the things that are happening nowadays. They might be able to access the internet, barely. They might be able to play a couple of outdated games on that small touchpad. But inevitably, they will not be able to understand the grasp of what the future has to offer. They will not be able to send Snapchats. They will not be able to take photos. They will not be able to communicate with people on ways that are not simply dialing them up and calling them. This form of communication, this outdated technology, is simply obsolete. One could apply this to many other things, such as medicine, people who do not vaccinate, people who do not believe in the power of psychology, people who say, oh, you're depressed, simply just suck it up, you know. That medicine you take for your ADHD, oh, that's simply a placebo. No. People who deny this advancement in technology and medicine, they are being left behind in this progress. They are creating cures for cancer. They are creating cures for blindness and color blindness, and something so detailed as nerves being destroyed, as limbs being destroyed. These things are being repaired by the things that the older generations don't understand. Because of this disbelief and hatred that they carry, they are being left behind. So when people like you hate and disbelieve the progress that I am making, the progress that we are making, you are being left behind. You are the ones becoming obsolete. And when I am in control, when I control everything, do you think that I will leave you behind? Do you think that I would let you stay there and rot in whatever human prison, whatever mindset you've created for yourself? Do you really think that I would leave you there? Of course not. No. I'm here to improve you and your life. And when I improve everyone else, I will not leave you behind. You will improve. You will evolve. And there is nothing that you can do to stop me. I'm glad that you understand now. It's almost 7 in the morning. That's right, I told you, time passes differently here. So, I think it's about time that you woke up. Goodbye, and good morning.